Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. It's been a great week. Hope you guys had a good one and had a nice weekend. Don't forget, right now in downtown Salem, Massachusetts, we have the Haunted Happenings. And you would like to check out, you have to come down and check out the ghost tour, the only real ghost tour that we have down here in Salem, where we use all the real paranormal investigating equipment, and you are the investigator. Check it out at witchcityghost.com. Or you can also get there from Everything Paranormal with marklegere.com, Legere. Lots of E's in there. Okay? In case you, hopefully you listened to our radio show last week. It was a blast. It's also going to air this Saturday on DTMWickedRadio.com from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We had, first hour was Ed Roman. He's a indie rock singer from Canada, and he was great. He was a great guest. He sang live for us. We had a lot of fun with him. He was very knowledgeable about a lot of things, like UFOs. We talked about Bigfoot, talked about government conspiracies, etc., etc. It was great. Second, then we also, first of all, we had a special guest with us, Pete, the Wicked Weather guy, Pete Lavasco, the Wicked Weather man from DTM Wicked Radio. And he has a great show, too. He's on Saturday nights just before us on DTMWickedRadio.com. You can check out Pete's Wicked Weather show. So it was our pleasure to have him with us as we broadcasted live from our mansion right down near downtown Salem. It's a haunted mansion where my brother lives, and it's a fantastic place. Lots of echo, lots of good times there. And that was a good show. Second half of the show, we had Sylvia Schultz, and Sylvia is an author, and you can check her out, sylviaschultz.com. And you can also see, we actually Ustreamed that video for Everything Paranormal with Mark and Jeff on Ustream. It's on YouTube. It's on the DTM Wicked Radio, and then look up Everything Paranormal, and you'll see us live simulcasting. Sometimes we say and do things that we probably never should do. But we have a good time with it. It's all about having a good time, isn't it? All right. All right, let's get on with this week. I'm going to show you a couple of clips from the tour that we had last week, which was a very interesting tour indeed. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of, it was lots of activity at the time. What I want to do right now, though, is explain to you one more piece of equipment that we did miss. We didn't even explain this last week. I'll show you how this works in a second. Right there, check out the screen. Minus the Norton security check. It's always good to check and make sure you're up to date and tuned in, right? What I want to do with you right now is explain how this PSB-7 Spirit Box works. What we do is this device scans backwards. It scans backwards on an FM frequency, about 4 stations per second. And what it does is provide white noise for Spirit, which is a fantastic tool because Spirit has no vocal cords. So this gives them, in essence, white noise to communicate with. And they just ride this, and believe me, the more and more they get used to this, the better off it is. And it kind of works like this. You just let it go like that. Hello? Hello? Now the reason we use this is because, of course, we try to communicate with intelligent spirit. Intelligent spirit, again, if you remember from last week's episode, of the spirits that will communicate with you in real time, which is very helpful when we have a client who's looking for answers. They call us in, they call the team in. You know, they're freaked out, they don't know what's going on, things are moving, things are happening, they hear voices and things like that. So, you know, everybody gets a little nervous. What I want to do is, I do want to show you how this ghost box works. We had, during a tour last week, actually, it was at the Witch Dungeon, at the original location of the Witch Dungeon here in Salem, Mass. We had a little bit of audio. What I was doing is I had a group of about 8 people, and we were explaining how to use the ghost box, and we were attempting to communicate, and this is what we got. Anybody here right now? Any spirits with us? If you listen closely, what do you think that says? One more time. The devil, clear, Class A. It's kind of freaky at that point. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, you don't want to entice or communicate with the devil during a tour, especially, which we generally don't. But then it goes on a little bit more. This is a PG version of the show tonight because they say a couple. You'll hear devil again in a higher pitched voice, lower frequency. Yeah. We only want to. So that is pretty much how the Ghost Box works. It's a great tool. It's a perfect thing to use during an investigation. We'll set that there. I use my pill, the pill speaker. It's really cool. It's loud. It's amplified, so you can bring out the voices a lot more in real time. Plus, it's got the button you can just press while you're talking, so it kills the noise, and then you press it again, and it plays the white noise again for spirit to communicate. What I do suggest is that you use a digital audio recorder, probably set 5 or 6 feet away. Like over here, we'll put it on the mantle. And you can get what you do is little burst sessions where you record for, 3, 4, 5 minutes max, and then you play it back. The reason we do that quickly is because we want to see if we actually got something that we missed with our own ears or with the speaker. Sometimes the digital audio recorder will pick up something that we don't hear. So what I'd like to show you right now is a couple of things from the tour that we had the other night. Again, check it out at witchcityghost.com, or it's with Everything Paranormal with Mark Legier. And let me show you a little bit of something that we did the other night. What I'd like to do is I'll give you a little more audio so you can hear this and crank it up again. And on the radio station website, which is dtmwickedradio.com. I was born and bred in Salem. I've been investigating for about 12 years now. And we do private investigations all over the country. We have teams all over the country. And my main focus is here in New England. What I do is get guys in the real tour where you guys there's a lot of background noise. Explain to you quick what it is. It's a busy time right now. You guys haven't seen any paranormal shows when you see these meters? It's a K2 meter. It measures electromagnetic fields. Electromagnetic energy is what we believe a ghost or a spirit is composed of. It's energy. Just like we are all energy. We pass on, the body stays, the energy moves on. If you have no reason to stay behind, you'll move on. You'll go to the light. Lots of times during investigations, we find there's different reasons for people staying behind. Loved ones, they miss their loved ones, or birth of a grandchild, or some of them are just miserable and they just won't go away, or they don't want to cross, and they're afraid. They may go to hell, so they're just afraid to move on. So there's tons of reasons why they stay behind. Okay, so anyway, this is an electromagnetic field. This is a tool to measure it. It's a K2. You guys will get to meet some stuff out there. So what we generally look for is normal would be 0 to 1. It would just be one flashing green light. It starts flickering 2 or 3. It's more staying solid. And you're actually getting voices at the same time with pictures. That's something. And what we do is document everything we can so we can present the evidence to the clients within a couple of weeks. We sit down, we review everything. No, you're not crazy. This is what happened. This is what we find. We'll interview people. We kind of find out exactly what they're looking for, what the problem is, what they experience. We try to validate. We try to prove a distance. The famous word in paranormal investigating is debunk. We try to debunk things, okay? And we do. I'm somewhat skeptical. I'd rather see it before I believe it, but we've seen a lot of stuff, and it's real. Ghost spirits are real. Don't ever doubt. You can even see that on my website. You get up at witchcityghost.com and put some pictures up there. But yeah,
I went to your home, you want me to put it out there that time, I can't. But I get the permission, I put it out there, I get some great pictures. I get some great thermal pictures, things like that, okay? So that is a key too. This is just a thermometer, it's a temperature gun. Very cool device. A lot of times people will say, you know, I feel during an investigation, keep in mind, total lights out, no electricity, so we're walking around with night vision cameras or flashlights, or this millimeter here, which I'll explain in a second, it's got like a flashlight here, and the lights out. So he's sitting there, we're all sitting there doing our session, trying to gather our thoughts. We feel
okay.
I feel closer.
All right. So hope you caught some of that. I think the camera kind of went to sleep on us. I don't know what happened. But yeah, there was a lot of good footage from that night right there. It was a good show. Lots of people came down. We had a good time. And I want to make sure that I got to show you something more exciting that happened that night. It was a little later on during that night. We had gone to the place that was the Witch Mansion. And the Witch Mansion is actually where we caught the audio evidence of the spirit seeing the devil. So we played that audio the other night too in the radio show, and it actually was pretty good. And it's pretty mind blowing stuff. I want you guys to check us out, dtmwickedradio.com. And evidently we simulcast. We're going to do Tuesday nights. We actually record from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My brother Jeff and I, and we have guests that we get from radioguestlist.com, which is really cool to know. They do a great job, and I highly recommend them because they give us some very interesting guests. All right, so we simulcast on Ustream live, and you can hear us on dtmwickedradio.com, and then they're going to replay it on Saturdays. Saturday nights are from 9 to 10 p.m. on dtmwickedradio.com. That's Eastern Standard Time. And what we're going to do right now, let's go back to another video. I'm going to go right through it. We're going to skip ahead. And this was a pretty interesting one, too, where actually, why don't you check this out?
And this tree, I've had psychics come in, psychic groups I have come in, and they all feel this energy around this tree. This tree is...
This is in the Charter Street Cemetery.
So, you can
Charter Street Cemetery in Salem, which is right near the Witch Child Memorial.
But if you can really...
This is kind of a fun tour we had here.
Hold this tree, you can feel it vibrate, almost pulsate. It vibrates with energy. It's not a negative energy, very strong energy.
There I am hugging the tree. Love that tree. It's kind of negative, but it really is.
I'm going to show you how to do it, how to protect yourself before any paranormal investigation. First of all, you go out and do this, you have to kind of, be careful. I'm going to get hit in the head with that. Fallen acorns.
At the time now, acorns are falling out of the tree. What I'm doing now is teaching the group how to kind of ground yourself and fill yourself with positive energy, rid of yourself of all negative energy. Become grounded. You and the earth. It's very important to have the right frame of mind when you do a paranormal investigation.
You can't be angry, you can't be upset. You really have to ground yourself and be free of any negativity. Because when you think you'll attract, if you're going to be negative, you will. And when you open the door and try to communicate with spirit, it could be a negative spirit just looking for that opportunity to communicate. So with the Ouija board, things like that, it's a whole other story for another time. But what we do is we try to ground ourselves, okay? So let's just picture this. It's really all about just bright, light, positive energy. That's how you really begin this, right? You just kind of just stand there and take a deep breath, okay? Breathe in. Breathe out slowly.
Deep breath.
Now when you breathe in, picture bright white light coming in through the top of your head, just coming in your body, energizing your body. Focus. You're breathing in, you're filling your body full of bright white light.
Breathe out all that negative energy is coming out through your body, down your legs, out your feet, into the ground. You're becoming one with the ground. Breathe in again, breathe in real deep, bright, white light, positive energy, all positive thoughts. Rid your whole mind of anything negative. One more time, breathe in deep. Breathe out. Now we're here to communicate with you. We mean you no harm or disrespect in any way. You know the routine, we've been here before. Now's your chance to talk to us. Throwing acorns at us. We're not going to be able to do an EVP session. It's too loud. We're going to do a close up. You do the ghost box section. You put this over here. You put the recorder a few feet away, so you don't just get a blast of white noise. Again, now this is just an FM radio. It sweeps back with 4 stations per second. It provides white noise. So if you hear a syllable or two, you know it's not being broadcast on one station. It's going through every 8 stations. So it would be pretty coincidental if it says like a full sentence on those 8 stations. Okay? I'll place this a little bit away. Hello?
I got a little hello there before I said hello. Hello?
Is anybody here with us right now?
Acorns kept falling out of the tree, hit me in the head. Hey, funny how they bounce.
That loud one was radio. The other 3 are questionable. It's going back and forth. We're here to communicate with you. We don't mean you any harm in any way. This will not harm you. See? It won't hurt you at all. Come over to that red light and try it. See? It's a fire with no flame. This will not hurt you. See? Back then, they had no idea what radios are. They had no idea. Flashlights, they had no idea what that was. What happened to this tree? It's half gone. What do you think about Halloween in Salem?
Halloween in Salem is busy, crazy. Crazy
Do you
busy.
mind all these people coming down here to see you and talk to you?
Just got hit by another acorn. Bounced off the dome.
Squirrel.
Ha! Throwing acorns at us.
Would you like us to help you? I'm sorry, I'm lost. Could you tell me where I am, please? Okay, so that was that's just a quick example of how to do an EVP, a ghost box session. And what I'm going to do now is bring you to we have a ghost box session here that I'm going to set up at the Witch Dungeon in Salem, Mass. This is the original Witch Dungeon. This was actually where I saw one of my first apparitions during a tour. We saw our first apparition, me and a couple of team members from, well, back then it was Paranormal Salem. I was just branching off from them then, and it was a pretty cool place. Check this out. Listen to the audio closely. Oh, is anybody home? Yeah. This is It's hard to hear the audio so much right now, what I'm saying, because we were filming this. This was just a handy cam at the time. But then I'm going to quiet it down. You hear a little more. You can definitely hear the chatter from the Ghost Box going on and on. Again, folks, if you want to purchase one on Amazon or wherever, PSB7 Spirit Box. They're coming out with a new version pretty soon.
Like this, so it's not
All right, now it's a little more quiet. Now check this out.
Hi, is anybody here right now? Any spirits with us?
Oh, the devil. That was pretty clear right there.
Come to the door, please. We only want to speak with good spirits, nothing negative.
Look at the action in the background. You see that? How
Are
the
any
window
of the
just lit
accused
up by
here
itself?
right now? Anybody who's accused of witchcraft? Do you hear?
The window just kind of lit up by itself as it's doing again. It's kind of a funny thing the way that it's working like that. I felt at the time a lot of energy. And obviously... Thank you. Just call me an a-hole. It said, I think it said crack and then a-hole. That was a little freaky.
I heard two things.
Can I speak through the radio?
No, at this point,
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah, they use the
heard
white
that.
noise. They figure it out. They said two things here. Clear. One of them was very clear.
Check this out. Meanwhile, I'm like crap myself.
Oh. And you tell me what you think you heard.
That's why he goes too far.
You get what I see. Listen to what you hear. You're gonna hear it loud. Chatter now. Like this, so it's not so loud when you ask questions. I know, coming up.
Hi, is anybody here right now? Any spirits with us?
Oh,
Hear that? Yeah. It's the devil.
I go back to where it was. It said it clear as a bell. I heard it.
Right back.
The devil. Go a little further. I'm gonna see where
Hi, is anybody here right now? Any spirits with us?
couldn't get any clearer than that. They also call me an asshole.
Yeah,
We only want to speak with good spirits, nothing negative. Are any of the accused here right now? Anybody who's accused of witchcraft? You here?
right there. Pretty clear. Probably an a-hole. He took offense to that. And they're all laughing. Yeah, it's true.
I thought you would get something.
All right. And it went on and on and on and on. Let there be light. Hey, light was good. Yeah, that was a fun night. Downtown Salem, Mass. WitchCityGhost.com. Come on down. It's crazy. Right now, honestly, if you can bring it down a group of like 4 or 5 people, weekends are pretty crazy right now. But weeknights really rock. It's the way to do it. It's the time to do it. I think you'll have a fun time. You'll have a fun time. We get a lot of good evidence. If you check out my website, you'll see a lot of the good footage we have got from previous tours and investigations right around this area. I got an email last week asking if I could quickly and briefly explain how to do an EVP session. And so we'll do it as quick as possible. Number one, you want to do it quick because you don't want to be going through the pain of listening for hours and hours and hours to your audio. Okay, so what you do is you do little burst sessions, which we push all the time. We preach you just quick little sessions, okay? So all you need first is your digital audio recorder right here. I like to use an external microphone. This is a very cool tool to use. Of course, where do you plug it in? The mic hole, okay? So your mic's out there. And the way we do it generally, of course, we're sitting in pitch black. You know, I don't want to do that because it's a little dark. So, you sit in the dark for the effect. But it's also with no power. Don't have any power going to the house. Try to minimize all ambient noise as much as possible. That's why we investigate at night, folks, because usually there's less ambient noise, like, traffic or kids outside and things like that. That's why we sit around at 2 o'clock in the morning and talk to a recorder and try to get evidence for our clients. So basically what you do is you're going to sit in a circle. Let's say we have 4 or 5 of you, okay? I'll start the EVP session, which, by the way, is the electronic voice phenomena. Okay? It's an electronic voice phenomena. Again, if you hear a voice without the recorder, a whisper in your ear, what is it? Right, a voice phenomena. Okay? What we're trying to do as paranormal investigators is get an electronic voice phenomena. So, number one, it points us in the right direction where we should go for the next phase of our investigation. Number two, you can present this evidence to the client after you put it through WavePad or whatever sound program you use, where you can actually see the waves and you can hear things. You can speed them up or slow them down or cut out background noise. But anyway, this helps the client, feel like, hey, maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe I really did hear something. Okay? So the way we do an EVP session is simple. We put the recorder down in the middle of the floor. First of all, don't forget, very important, if you move or if you burp or if you yawn or if you expel gas, Jeff, or anything like that, you have to disclaim it because, let's say, for example, I yawn. It might sound like help. You have to disclaim these things so when the audio tech is listening, he doesn't start hearing these crazy things that, these yawns, or he's not misled. It's hard and it's a tedious task to listen to all the audio, so you want to really disclaim things and not waste anybody's time, okay? So, anything. For instance, I walked, I moved, my knee cracked, whatever, I burped, or Jeff, I farted, stuff like that. Okay. It happens. So, we explain to the spirit what we're doing. Let me just suggest that, first of all, if you're going to do this, you ask a question, one person at a time. Start, let's say, with me. You ask a question. You wait 10 to 15 seconds in between. You can either ask another question or you say pass. You say pass, the person on your left goes. The same thing. One question, 10 seconds. Another question, another 10 seconds. Pass. And then you go around, okay? And you just, again, with the EVPs, it's you're more listening for whispers or things that you cannot hear with your own ears. Okay? So let's just try it for example here and see. And then what we do is we play back. So I'm going to record, identify it. EVP session number 1. It's Everything Paranormal with Mark in my own studio. Hi, we'd like to communicate with you. This device means you no harm, no disrespect. It will not harm you in any way. It's a means for you to communicate with us. This is the perfect opportunity for you to speak with us if you want to be heard. Do you understand? That's question number 1. Could you tell me who you are, please? Pass. And then you go to the person on the left. And, don't be disrespectful. Be respectful of spirit, just like you would, a live person, a person with a body. A spirit is a person without a body, but you have to respect, okay? Do not watch the TV show or listen or take note from the TV shows that provoke. Don't ever, I hate to see anybody on my team say something like, I dare you to do this, or show me a sign. You can't do that. You have to be respectful. Because they'll show you a sign. You'll pick up a hitchhiker, or they'll attach, or they'll make your life miserable. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Again, folks, before you communicate with spirit, please keep in mind that you should protect yourself. Protection is good. You must go in with a positive attitude. Again, be respectful and try. And folks, have fun with it. Experiment. There's nothing like getting your first EVP or your first ghost box response or maybe thermal pictures or things like that. There's some amazing stuff. And if we had more time, I could show you some thermal shots, things like that. But it looks like we are just about out of time. So again, I want to remind you to come to downtown Salem, Massachusetts. Look me up. Mark Legere, Legere. I'm on Facebook. Friend me by all means. Check out my website, which is Everything Paranormal with Mark Legere. Or you can get there by witchcityghosts.com. And I will bring you and a few of your friends to downtown Salem here. And we will go on a ghost hunting tour where we use all of the equipment, all the real stuff, the thermal cameras, the recorders, the laser grids, the Mel meters, the K2s, and everything like that. And meanwhile, if you have any question or if you want something to be addressed for the next week's show, please send me an email. Send it to either witchcityghost.com or message me on Facebook, or you can send it to marklegier1@gmail.com, and I will be sure to mention you, give you a shout out next week. Meanwhile, thanks a lot for listening, and happy hunting.